Okay, here we go. I think we're just about live. So today's lesson, as I was saying, is all about vocabulary, and that is a very important part of English language, as you know. So today we're going to work on that. And let me know if you can see the screen, because I don't know if you can, I don't know if you can't.
I can.
Right. Does it say synonyms of city?
Yes.
Fantastic. So synonyms of city, meaning, in different ways you can talk about a city. Okay, so the first one is asphalt jungle. Now, asphalt jungle is a big city or a specified part of a big city. Can you think of a city in Europe or perhaps in America which is an asphalt jungle? I can think of one. You can think of one city which is very much like a concrete jungle.
What it
What do you
means
think?
exactly?
Huh?
What do you mean with the asphalt jungle?
Like a city full of concrete buildings and little greenery, and not
Maybe
very.
Amsterdam?
Oh, Amsterdam! I didn't think Amsterdam was an asphalt jungle.
No, I don't know.
I don't know, because I haven't been there, so I don't know. What about LA? Do you think LA is the asphalt jungle as well? So the next word is burg, an ancient or medieval fortress or walled town. This is very common in Italy. You have lots of burgs. You have like the one in near Rome. You've got loads. Or in Umbria and in Florence as well, near Florence. So, do you guys like to live or visit a burg? What about Lucrezia? You can answer that question. Would you like to live in a burg?
I don't think so, because I think there's a boring life there. There
Life is
aren't so
boring.
many things to do.
Right. Possibly, yeah. Unless you have it at a holiday house or something.
Yes, maybe 2 days.
Yeah. 3 is too many. 2 is good. 3 is crap. Then we have cosmopolitan city, mega city, of course. Probably you know that, megalopolis, a very large city. Metropolis, the chief or capital city of a country, state, or region. So it could be, for example, London is a metropolis. So far, so good, guys, girls. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. Municipality, a primarily urban political unit having corporate status and usually power. Sorry, that's a mistake. And usually, yeah, no, it's not a mistake. Usually, powers of self-government elections were held in the municipality. So, it's an urban political unit. Think of a municipality in Italy.
The Vatican.
Which, yes. Also, would you say Rome is a municipality, Deborah?
Rome?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Right. So it doesn't have urban political unit. It doesn't have power, do you think?
Probably San Marino. It could be a municipality.
Right. Okay. So let me just welcome Isabella, who's about to join us. Hello, Isabella. Just in case you didn't know, we are live on YouTube. So if you want to keep your camera off, it's entirely up to you. Welcome to the group, Isabella. How are you doing today?
Sorry,
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. I'll just catch the bus and run home.
That's good. Better late than never, we say in English. Okay, then we have town, of course, a compactly settled area, usually larger than a village, but smaller than a city. Would you say Rome is a town or a city? A very hotly debated question. So how about Gloria? Gloria, would you say Rome is a town or a city?
City.
Okay, that's very clear cut. Lucrezia?
What?
Rome, do you think, is a town or a city in your opinion?
Is a city.
Okay, everybody says it's a city. Elena?
For me, it's a city.
Right. Okay, me, it's like a little bit smaller than a city, but not a town. Bigger than a town, smaller than a city. I don't know. What do you guys think? What you told me what you think, so. Next one, borough. This is a very important word, especially if you live in London. A medieval 45 group of houses forming a town with special duties and privileges. So in London, London is divided into different parts, okay? So like they're called boroughs. And you have Kent, you have borough of Brent, sorry, and Westminster is a borough. So if you think of it as town within a town, it makes sense. They're small little areas which have governing powers. Then we have conurbation, an aggregation or continuous network of urban communities. You probably haven't heard this word before, have you? Take that as a
Can you
no.
give us an example of conurbation?
Conurbation is when you have a lot of different villages and towns, and they come together. They, like a little bit like a puzzle, and they become a big thing. So, can't think of a conurbation in your country, maybe Milan, which has little villages around, and then it becomes a big, bigger than a city, smaller than a country kind of thing. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, probably Rome was the same
Yeah,
at the
very
beginning.
likely. Yeah. So before we go on, because we're talking about cities, what city you guys are from? I know you guys, but if you are from Rome, your parents, are they from Rome as well? Start with Deborah.
No, I'm from Calabria. My
Right,
parents live in Calabria right now.
okay, do they come from a small town, a village, or a
A
city?
village. I'm from a village.
Oh, right. Did you actually live in a village?
No, sorry. My parents live in a village. I come from a village. Now I'm living in Rome.
Right. But did you spend any time of your life in a village?
Yeah, still 19.
Until you were 19?
19, yes.
Wow. What's it like to live in a small village?
Sometimes it's boring.
Right.
So in the winter times, it's very boring because not lots of things to do. But it's quite relaxing.
Right. Okay. Would you change your life again and go back to living in a village after having lived in a countryside, in the city for a long time?
I don't think so. First of all, because there's no work in my village.
Hmm.
So this is the first reason why I don't want to change.
I see. Yeah, makes sense. Let's move on. Urban sprawl. Urban sprawl is where, it says it here, the spreading of urban development such as houses and shopping centers on undeveloped land near a city. So a city literally grows and grows and grows and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. That's an urban sprawl. Does that, Milan would be a very good example of urban sprawl, right? What do you think, Gloria? I know you're not from Milan, but do you know Milan a little bit?
Yeah, kinda. Maybe yes. It could be an urban sprawl.
Right. And we don't really like urban sprawls, do we? What are the problems with having an urban sprawl, Eleanor? Do you think it's good for the environment? Do you think it's good for commuting?
No, of course, it's not good for the environment, but we are, as human population, we are always more, and we need more space and more place to go. So of course it's more useful for us, but worse for environment.
So you mean it's natural, but it's not very good for the environment.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. So then we have exurb. You probably don't know this word. A region or settlement that lies outside the city and usually beyond its suburbs, and that it often is inhabited chiefly by well-to-do families. Now, I can't think of a single exurb in Italy. Can you? So it's not the suburbs, it's outside the suburbs.
Mhm.
Can you still see the screen? Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's not the suburb, but it's outside the suburbs. And yeah, what do you think?
In Rome, there is I don't know if we can call it as a quarter, but it's near Rome and it's called Vigna Clara, for example.
Right.
Maybe.
It's a very interesting or very, rich as well.
Yeah.
You think so? Rich people live there, you think? Rich people live there?
Yeah, well-to-do family.
Okay, there you go. What's it called again? Sorry,
Vigna Clara.
Right.
I don't know how
Sounds
to
like
say in English.
yeah.
Maybe Vigna
No,
Clara.
it's a Latin name.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an ancient place. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have suburb. Everybody knows that, right? Suburbia, which is another way to say the suburb, but it's the suburbs of a city. While suburb would be like one part, suburbia would be the whole suburbs put together. Okay. Then we have the central city, a city that constitutes a densely populated center of a metropolitan area, also called a core city. Edge city, a suburb that has developed its own political, economic, and commercial base independent of the central city. We don't have those very much. Then we have the garden city, a planned residential community with parks.
Probably in Copenhagen, Robert.
What's that? Oh, Edge City, you mean?
Yes, there is a part, I don't remember exactly the name, in the city. There is an Edge City.
Edge City, yeah.
I don't remember exactly the name, but inside Copenhagen, probably there is one.
Right, we must go and visit it then. Must be. Have you been there by any chance?
Yeah, I've been there once, a few years ago.
What was it like?
It's like you can smoke everything. It's
Everything?
I think for under 18, not cigarette. I'm talking about cigarette.
I don't even smoke cigarettes.
I don't. Yes, I know. I don't smoke, but if you smoke, probably that is the best place to say. Right. I don't remember the name, but I will look for it.
Right, guys. I did not. I don't mean by any means encourage going to Amsterdam or Copenhagen. In case you're wondering, I think it's a beautiful place for scenery as well. Am I right? I must be right. Let's move on. Then we have Garden City, a planned residential community with park and planted areas. Can't think of a Garden City here at all. Can you think of one, guys? Nope. No, there's not many. Downtown was very commonly used in American English, which is of or relating to located in a lower part or business center.
Maybe in London there is the city life. No, city life is in Milan. In London, but there is the business part.
Yeah, downtown, but we would say just a center. We don't use the word downtown because that would be more like American English.
Okay.
I don't know why American English word. So then we have inner city, the usual older, poorer, and more densely populated central section of a city. So that happens a lot in America. You have beautiful areas, then you have inner city population, poor people living. So that's what it is. Midtown, a central section of a city as well. Then we have some expressions. One is you can't fight City Hall. Who knows the meaning of this? Don't look, don't Google it. Okay, it means you can't fight bureaucracy. So if there is bureaucracy, you can't fight it. That's what it means. Cardboard city, you know what that is? You know, the poor people, sometimes they live in cardboard boxes on the streets.
Yes.
That's a cardboard city where you have a lot of poor people. Normally we call them homeless. Then we have Marble City. Who can guess what a marble city is? Anyone?
Maybe a very beautiful city.
It's actually a cemetery that people go. It's where you bury your dad. It's called a marble city. Not very nice, right? Do you understand what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Then we have Sanctuary City, where the city takes in immigrants and illegal immigrants at times and gives them support. That's for the Sanctuary City. And there are some in California, for example. And then we have the city that never sleeps. Which one is that? Come on, guys, this is easy.
Maybe New
This is-
York.
Yes, New York. Okay, so here are some expressions that you can use if you are talking about cities. One is to go to town, not to go into town, but to go to town. Spend one's money recklessly. So you can say the Howards, for example, have really gone to town on a house for their daughter. That means they have bought her an absolute beauty. When you spend a lot of money on something, you say to go to town. So, for example, if you go shopping and you spend a lot of money, that's the expression you can use. Go to town is an American colloquialism referring to people who come into town from the countryside, spend their money. It was originally used about cowboys and ranch hands. Right. Then we have a man about town. Sociable man who attends many fashionable. Let me just blow this up. Should have done that earlier. So, a sociable man who attends many fashionable parties and has a wide circle of wealthy friends. For example, my brother has become quite a man about town. When he was young, he hated going to parties. Then we have a lady of the town, a woman of loose morals. This is very sexist, this sentence is. I'm sorry I put this up. Then we have the talk of the town. Someone whose behavior and wild way of life gives rise to gossip and scandal mongering. For example, you'd better behave yourself, Pauline, you're becoming the talk of the town. It's the talk of the town. It's the most talked about or fashionable thing. So, I don't know. You guys into, gossips and things? Lokasia? Like, do you follow what's happening in your town or what people are saying about certain couples and things?
I don't know. I live near Rome, so is a town, and everyone knows everyone. And sometimes people became the talk of the town. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, so let's move on. A ghost town, a town which is no longer inhabited, even a ghost village, right? Street, to take to streets, to demonstrate against authority to make a show of force, a student took to the streets in support of health workers' claim for higher wages. That's basically to protest. Then we have the expression streets ahead of someone, which means that you're much better than someone, far superior to someone, very much in advance of. Your streets ahead of us in technology. So in terms of vaccines, I know we're talking about COVID. I think which country is streets ahead of us?
Maybe German.
Germany,
Germany.
Or
maybe.
UK?
The UK. Isabella, which town is streets ahead of us in Rome?
I have to think about it.
Which towns are how about like the north, in the north? How are they managing with the vaccination? Better than us down south or what?
Milano.
Yeah, up north. How are they managing?
About technologies, about work, about
Yeah, in general. We're talking about COVID vaccines stuff.
yeah. So
You reckon they're streets ahead of us? No. Getting a very not very sure. Then okay, let's move on. Then we have not in the same street, far inferior. So this is the exact opposite. Far inferior to someone, no way comparable. All right, I'll have a game with you, but you know very well I'm not in the same street as you. So not as good as you, basically. Right, then we have the man in the street, which is the ordinary man, you know, man in the street, typical man or woman. We are doing market research work and we want the reaction of the man in the street, our suggestions. Right, that's my cuckoo clock. Sorry about that. It just goes off. Can you hear it? Right. So to go back to Civvy Street, to return to civilian life after serving in the armed forces. What are you going to do when you go back to Civvy Street? Civvy comes from civilian, of course, you know that, right? Then we have in Queer Street, in financial trouble, in debt. We go on shopping money like this. We shall be soon in Queer Street. Queer Street may be a corruption of Carey Street, where the courts in bankruptcy are situated. So there's a place called Carey Street where you have the courts. Anybody not sure about what's written on this page about the Queer Street? Very good. Okay. Grub Street. An inferior writer. Inferior writing any mean production is called Grub Street. Dr. Johnson Dictionary. Grub Street near Moorfields in the east end of the London, now Milton Street, was inhabited in the 17th century by a group of inferior writers and literary hacks. So if you don't like somebody who writes books, you say he's a Grub Street. Then last one, right up my street. That's a subject I'm very familiar with. I'll be glad to advise Brian about his advertising. Advertising and publicity are right up my street. It means I am an expert. I really know about this. Lots of different expressions. Could you possibly tell me if there is any particular one you did not understand before I go to the last section? Okay.
Grub Street is not very clear for me.
Grub Street is a person, a writer, who's not very good. A writer of books who's not very good.
Okay.
We just call them Grub Street in English. Actually, it's not a street, it's a person. You might be wondering why I called him street and not person. It's because, as you could hear, as you heard me before, Grub Street near Moorfields in the east end of London, now Milton Street, was inhabited in the 17th century by a group of inferior writers. So that's
Okay,
why they called them Grub Street.
thanks.
You're welcome. Road, one for the road. Final drink before one leaves a social gathering. So if you are having drinks with your friends, then you say, okay, I'll have one for the road. It means it's the last one, last drink before I go. I shouldn't be drinking and driving anyway, right? Maybe just a Coke. I don't know. To take to the road, to become a homeless. You know, a homeless person, right? People who don't have homes, they live on the streets. So they take to the road. So I would rather take to the road than work in an office from 9 to 5 each day. I want to be free. I'm not sure if that's a good choice. And then we have at the end of the road, towards the end of one's life. I've come to the end of the road, my dear. The doctor has given me only 6 months. Oh, geez. Not very long if you want to do so many things. So that's the meaning of that expression. And the last one, at the crossroads, at a point in one's life when important decisions have to be made. Peter and Sue are at crossroads. They will have to decide whether to make their home in England or emigrate. The last one, dead end. A dead end leading nowhere. A dead end job, a job with no prospect or advancement, similar to a blind alley job. Sorry, this is a mistake. And alley job. Right. So I will drop this in the description, by the way, so you can download it. Okay. What about
Thank
you
you.
guys? What kind of let's start with Elena. What kind of, I know we've talked about this, but people probably watching it don't know. What kind of job would you like to do, Elena, in the future? A dead end job?
No, I really hope that to come up with a dead end job. I mean,
So what's your prospect?
I don't know. Study, find a job that I like. And just
I know
go.
you said sciences, yeah? You're interested in sciences like
Yeah.
chemistry.
Biology.
Right. Which is interesting. It's not a dead end job at all.
Yeah.
Gloria, what kind of job, you know, I know you're looking for one, right? You're in search, you're looking for a job. What kind of job would you like to do?
I would like to work in a university as and to get a PhD.
But
So
like
doing
after,
some research.
After PhD, what kind of job prospects do you have?
I would like to stay in the academic field.
More research?
Yeah.
Your research is right down your street. Do you remember this expression? This one? Yeah, research is right up my street. Yeah, it means that's really what you like to do. Fantastic. That was Gloria. Isabella, job. What about it?
At the moment, I'd like to become an electronical engineer because I have very I don't know I have a sort of passion for what's for the physics, as you know, and so on. And maybe one day also I'd like to become a sort of manager between I don't know, work maybe for some agencies.
Right. So what would you like to manage?
Probably I don't know, or great fabric and
Did you say Greek fabric?
no, I don't know how to say the big company of I don't know, some products that they have to sell to the people, and so.
So would you like to work in the sales department?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What kind of qualifications do you need to work in the sales department?
Maybe management qualifications.
Don't you need like a degree in sales or something like that?
Mm,
Marketing and sales or something like that?
not necessary. In fact, I'd like to become first an engineer, and then.
Wow, it's amazing the route you're taking to become sales manager is really interesting, because you'd like to be an engineer, so deal with mechanics, but then deal with philosophy of sales, psychology. I meant not philosophy. Interesting. Are you 100% sure about this? Yeah, then.
Sorry.
Are you 100% sure about this?
Yeah. I suppose maybe I'm too, I don't know, too optimistic.
Well, you have to have confidence, right? So it's the first thing, I suppose. If you don't have confidence, then you can't really do anything. So good luck. Deborah, you're in recruitment, am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Would you say your job is a dead-end job, or you actually optimistic about future?
I really don't know, because in this moment I love my job. Probably in a few years I can change my mind. I don't know. Probably I would like to work in the training field. Yeah, training field is a good choice, because you can develop people and you can see their skills grow up.
Yeah.
Probably is not the right way to say.
Skills will improve. Yeah,
Improve.
they will acquire new skills.
Yeah, probably
Absolutely.
isn't. It could be more satisfied. I could be more satisfied about this kind of job.
Yeah. It's way more interesting to train people than just to interview them.
Yeah, probably yes.
That's for sure. Absolutely. Okay. Who did we not ask? Lucrezia, what about you? I know you've been busy doing interviews.
Yes. And
How's it going?
I would like to find an internship to improve my skills, and in, I don't know, maybe 10 years, I would like to become a marketing manager.
Right. So marketing, a bit like Isabella, or is it not slightly different? Sales, no, slightly different. Okay. So have you always wanted to be a marketing manager, or is it something recent?
It seems 5 years maybe, but I discovered my passion for communication, advertising during my Erasmus experience, doing some project works. And now I would like to focus on the social media, because they are the future right now, and they allowed to survive to many companies for the COVID. Many companies could survive because of social media and e-commerce.
I think it's not the future; it's the present.
Yes.
Yeah, the present. And do you think you're on the right track? Are you, do you need to do more courses?
I don't know. On May, I'm going to start a master based in e-commerce and digital marketing, and so to improve my skills and my knowledge about this field. So let's see.
Fantastic. Good luck there.
But I think I'm the right person, because I love this world. So I think I will be good.
Well, let's hope somebody out there can find you and say, look, Lucrezia, we're looking for just a person like you. And, you know, they can hire you. That would be great.
Yes, finger crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed, always, fingers crossed. Right, Elena, I know you talked about it. Gloria did, I think everybody has, hasn't they? So, well, you know, this has come to an end, an early end. Is there any questions you would like to ask me? Otherwise, we're going to call it a day. What do you think about the vocabulary today? Has it been hard? Was it the kind of right level? Would you like to have this file? I can save it as a PDF and drop it in the description. Would you like to have this file, maybe?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Right, cool. Guys, I'm gonna call it a day at the moment. Catch you next week, same time, same place.
Yes.
And keep speaking, keep working hard, because hard work pays. Being lazy doesn't. What's the plan for tomorrow for you guys? I know Elena is going to school, right, Elena?
Yeah. Cool.
Right.
Adi.
So what's the plan for everybody else? Deborah?
Tomorrow morning, unfortunately, I need to have I don't know exactly who is in English how to say.
Party? I need to have a party? No, I'm just joking.
No, no, I need to have a test about the COVID test, just to be sure,
Oh,
because
yeah,
I
you
was
need to
in
do
contact with a positive guy.
Oh, you need to do a swab test. Swab test, okay.
Okay, I'm
Swab.
fine, but this is my program for tomorrow. I need to do this.
Yeah, good luck. So have you waited 10 days that they ask you to wait?
Yeah, I waited 10 days. Yes, tomorrow is the day.
Because they want you to wait exactly 10 days and then you do the swab test, which is same thing happened to me. I had to wait 10 days and then do a test, and then it was
Yeah,
negative.
the same. It's the same for me.
Yeah, it's really, really tough, this period is, for everyone, because, you know, you have positives in classrooms. Elena will tell you. Elena, have you had any positive cases in classrooms?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the last word.
Yeah, have you had any positive cases in the school, in the classroom?
Some, yeah, but not in my class.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Are you being very careful? Are you guys keeping your mask on in the school, or?
Yes, our teacher decided that for not allowing us to go out, we must be studying every day. So now we have tests every day.
Right. How about the mask and the precautions? Are you guys very careful? What's the
Yes,
deal?
of course. We keep our distance. We have our mask, etc.
Because I've heard that schools are not very careful, especially kids in schools are not very careful. Is that so? Is it true?
I don't know kids school. I mean, there's my brother who
You're
go
a kid
to
as
middle
well. I
school.
mean, you're 16. You're not exactly a kid, but you're still a teenager, you know. But
no, I mean, I'm talking about like preschool or elementary school. I don't know. In my school, we are handling it well. For my standard.
that's good. That's good. Got to be careful. Lucrezia, you're from a different city altogether. I mean, little town, right? Do you have more cases than we have here in this city, or what?
No, they are the same.
Same kind of cases. Okay. So, do you think you're gonna get out of this problem before big cities because you're a smaller town? You can manage it.
No, because all the people that live here work in Rome, and so we are very close to Rome, and our life is in Rome, so it's the same. We're going to be out of the situation at the same time, I think.
No difference. You could say you're part of the city of Rome in many ways.
What?
You could say that you're part of the city of Rome in many ways.
Yes.
Right. Right. Gloria, you're not from here, but you're from the other side, the East Coast.
The East Coast. Yeah, it's about the same as Rome.
Is it?
Same number of cases, and we are in the yellow zone too from today, so
Oh, that's at least that's
same
something.
range.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Are you looking forward to going back, or you like it here?
I like it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Isabella, how about you?
I'm fine, and I still going to school.
Yeah, no
There's a
more
lot of
cases in
us.
there. No more cases in your school.
Yeah, but not in my class, fortunately. And
are you wearing like a double mask, etc., like many kids?
Yeah, absolutely, because I'm I'm obsessed with Amukina and gel
Bleach.
sanitizer.
Call it bleach in English.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
yeah,
you can't be too careful. You can't be too careful. Absolutely. Okay, guys, I think I've talked to everybody, right? Right. Okay. Thanks very much for joining in, and I shall see you next week.